Okay, so today we're going to go through a bunch of opening packs for the new expansion in Hearthstone, the Mean Streets of Gadgetzan. And I'm going to do just 5 packs per video so that I can actually take time to look through the packs and comment on the cards if I have any comments. I'm not a professional player or anything, just love playing Hearthstone. I'm ready to share with you some of these new cards. What I tend to do is go through and see where the special card is, and then open the others first. So these are the basics. Battle Cry, give all your minions a 1/1 in your hand. That's good if you have a lot of minions, I guess. Somebody who's playing heavy spells, that's not going to be so helpful. Basic 6/3, interesting. This is kind of what I'm seeing is generally your number up here, your mana is doubled in your basic cards unless they have some sort of special feature like this. They're usually doubled and added 1 to, and this doesn't have any extra feature with that, so this does not look like a very strong card to me. That's an easy one to get rid of too, with a lot of cards that will do 3 damage. Same thing, alright. And now this is a Summon a Jade Golem. I don't know if you've seen some of the videos on this, but the Jade Golems get stronger and stronger each time you summon them. So this is actually going to be a really, really interesting card, and I'm interested to put together some test decks and try out some Golems if I get enough of those cards out of these 50 packs. And here's our first rare card. Just to discover a card. And Discover's pretty... A lot of people like the Discovers, but you understand that, you know, you're using a card to get one card when you have a Discover, and at least in this case you're also getting a character out of it. So to me that's a little bit better use of that. Anyway, it'll be interesting to see if people use this to discover. Alright. 2 out of these 5. Okay, there's the rare. Okay, useful for somebody who's doubling up. 4 1/1 Murlocs. So that's pretty standard when you play a 4 or a 5. I've seen others where you'll pull in 5 1/1s. In this case, it's going to be useful, obviously, if you're playing other Murlocs that would enhance these 4. So here we have the mana doubled basically here, which is standard, and a lot of them these days seem to have 1 more. One of these numbers would be a 4/5 or 5/4. But let's see, if your opponent's hand is empty, gain charge. So that means if he's playing a fast-paced game, but I don't really want to base my battle cry on some very specific situation, because otherwise I'm playing 4 to get a 4/4, which is not great for me. That's interesting, just to increase your spell damage on things. And I've felt this way a little bit with the Warlock, that there's times I was like thinking his spells just weren't quite strong enough. So that could be an interesting card. The question is, with the 0 attack, and he's just trying to stay alive here, I guess if you put him behind some taunts, he can stay alive for a little while. Battle Cry. So in this case, we have the mana is not the is exactly doubled with the 2/4. Battle Cry, give a random minion in your hand 1/1. So again, this requires you to have a minion in your hand, though. So I'm a little cautious with those types of cards, but again, a heavy minion deck that could work out. All enemy minions -3 this turn only. I'm gonna have to think about how that one's used, because that looks very powerful but I have a feeling that this is going to be able to be combined with some other stuff in a really powerful way. So I'm actually really excited to check this out, because using this, and I believe they've done some videos on this already, so you'll be able to look some of those up. But this can be combined with other stuff, I know it. But part of the advantage of this is being able to get rid of those minions without killing your own minions. So that's going to be interesting. I want to definitely try out. Or pack 3. Okay, we got a rare there and there. So let's start here. Deal 1 damage. It's pretty standard, but I don't love a 2/1 ever, especially if you're talking. Now it is a Murloc, so that again can be combined with others. So we know that with Murlocs, but I don't really love a 1. Unless it's doing something really good, because especially if you're up against Mage, Mage can just take that guy out. So here we have the mana's not being doubled up. You're only getting a 5/5, so this has got to be really good. You're summoning a Jade Golem and giving it Taunt. And so again, with those Jade Golems, they can become more powerful every time you summon them. So this is actually going to be amazing, because this could, you know, after you've got 3 or 4 of them out there, all of a sudden you're summoning a 4/4 with this 7 and giving it a taunt, and then having a 5/5 hiding behind that taunt. So this looks like it could be a very powerful card if played with a good Jade deck. Seen that one already. Okay, again, we're doubling and adding 1. The 5/6, that's pretty common here. It's a dragon for the priest. If you're holding a dragon, discover a card in your opponent's deck. So I guess dragon heavy, and I remember seeing some comments that there could be a lot of dragon stuff going on for priest. I think I remember seeing that. So I'll be interested to see as I keep opening up these decks, or these packs. Okay, has +2 attack while you have a weapon equipped. Pirate. I really don't fight with pirates, so somebody who fights with pirates can decide if that's useful. Okay, 2 rares. Talked about him before. Swap the attack and health of a minion. Can be useful. We've seen this with some other cards, so if you've played any of them or like them, then you'll know whether that's going to be a good one for you. There you go, Battle Cry, summon a Jade Golem. So again, excited to try this, because this is a 2/3 plus that Jade Golem, and the more you can pull, the stronger they're going to get. So very interested to try those. On the rare, after your opponent plays a minion. You know what? So this is pretty interesting. The the polymorph spell is really powerful, and normally costs 4, but you get to choose who you're using that on. And I'm not a huge fan of the spells where it's going to randomly choose one, because they may know, okay, they see a secret, they're going to play a weak minion, and then you've transformed something weak into a sheep, and you didn't save it for something better. So I'm not sure I will use this. It's sort of like the spell that will destroy a minion when it attacks you. You don't know which minion's going to attack. Could be the weakest one first. Okay, so we have a 2/2. It's got to be strong down here. Deal 5 damage to an enemy minion. Deal 5 damage to your hero on death. I don't love that. That's my pause here. I don't love that, but I suspect that given that this is a 5 mana and just gives you a 2/2, and you're dealing 5 and you're doing 5 damage to yourself, there's got to be a way you can combine this and make this really useful, or else it's just a way to get rid of a powerful enemy minion. on the spot. And by the way, leave a comment if you know how this thing is played real well. I'd love to see in the comments what you think you could do with this. It's just on the spur of the moment doing this video. I don't know exactly how I'd use that, and that's going to take some testing. I'm not sure I would use that. Okay, one more pack here. Rare, another rare. Okay, none of the better cards this time, but okay. 3-4 on a taunt. That's not. I like taunts, so I kind of like this. Your grizzly or whatever it is, the bear, is a 3/3 taunt with 3, so this gives you a little bit more strength. So that's not a bad taunt.
Golden common.
Golden common, got another jade golem, that's great. Battle cry, if your opponent's hand is empty, gain charge. We already talked about that one.
Rare.
Okay, hunter only. 3/2, so that's pretty good for a 2 in my opinion, but also give random beast in your hand 1/1. So since this is already pretty strong at 3/2, I don't mind this if you're heavy on your beasts. So a lot of people will be with their hunter.
Rare.
Finally, a combo. Return a friendly minion to your hand. That's not bad. Like this is a 3/2. We've got a 2/3 here, so that's pretty decent there. And as a combo card, this is useful if you've burned, you know, if one of your minions is almost dead. There's several return to your hand cards out there, so this is just another in addition to that, and so useful for you if you know, if you like playing that way. I like this actually when I have a Divine Shield taunt card and I've lost the Divine Shield and they've started to take some damage. I love bringing them back and then being able to put them back into play with that Divine Shield and full taunt again. So alright, well that's it for this initial video.